homework at home. All right. What is absolute value? Anyone know? Yes.
Well, just take the value of the number, whether positive or negative. So if you run 5 through 4 or 5 through backward, you still get the same distance.
Okay, I'm hearing the word distance. I love that. Yeah.
It's making everything positive.
Making everything positive. Anyone else have anything to add? Yes.
How far is
How far it is from 0. It is. All of those things are correct. Distance from 0. So on a number line, I've got 0 here. -4, what is its distance from 0? 4. Over here, 4 is distance from 0. Also 4. Okay, it's good for us to know what these things mean instead of trying to just memorize little rules. Because if you're like, oh, it's the thing that changes signs. Well, that could be confusing because you're like, if it's positive, does it change signs? No, we're talking about distance, so that's why it's going to be positive. So no matter what the number is, the distance from 0 will be positive. All right, so here's a couple questions. What's the absolute value of 3? 3. Absolute value of -3? 3. Okay, so can we solve for x? What do you think x would be equal to? 7 and -7. Both of those answers, if I plug them in, will give me +7. You can write it like this if you want. You could write it like this. Whichever one you like. All right, absolute value functions are actually related to piecewise functions. So if we have the absolute value of x, it's x for every time x is bigger than 0. It's -x every time x is less than 0, and it's 0 at x equals 0. So this is like our little textbook definition of what absolute value equations are. And I'm going to highlight this right here. This is going to be how we solve the equations we're going to do today. This is equal to these two things. So I definitely put that in your notes because that's how we're going to be solving these. You ready? Tell me if I'm going too fast. All right, so here's a couple questions for you. Decide whether the given number is a solution of the equation. We've got an equation, and then it says -4. So what do you think we should do? Yeah, plug in -4 for x, and we get 3 times -4 plus 8 equals 20. So let's simplify over here. What are we going to do first? Multiply. So -12 plus 8, what is that? -4. Absolute value of -4 is what? 4. So are these equal? We got 4 does not equal 20. No. So on your homework, that's the first couple questions is tell me if it's a solution. All right, for the next one, they want to know if 1 is a solution. So let's plug in 1. What do we get when we simplify this whole thing? 9. Does 9 equal 7? No. Did you think this one had to be yes because the last one was no? Don't ever assume. Okay. Solve. All right, when we are solving absolute value equations, the first thing we need to do before we start solving anything is try to get the absolute value part by itself. This one is already by itself, so I mean like on one side of the equal sign. So we've already got absolute value bars equals a number. The other thing I'm going to do is just verify that this is even possible. Because we said that when we get absolute value bars, it makes the number positive. So what if this said -9? Is that ever even possible? No. So that would be like a no solution scenario. This is possible because we got a positive number. So here's how we're going to set it up. I'm going to create two equations, one positive version, one negative version. So I'm going to have 2x minus 5 equals 9. I dropped the absolute value bars. For our negative version, we're going to have 2x minus 5 equals -9. That's how we're going to set both of these up. And now we just solve for x. So what would I do first for both equations, actually? Add 5. So I'll get 2x equals 14. You can solve one and solve the other. You could solve them both at the same time. I could add 5 now. Get 2x equals -4. So what are our answers going to be? Yep. So we're going to get two answers for most of these. All right, here's the next one. Yeah. Okay, so it goes back to this right here. Remember how there was two possibilities? We could either have a positive or a negative, and it would give me this. So we're basically just saying, okay, I know that we're gonna get a positive and negative, so I'm gonna set that equation to one positive and one negative, and then get both x values that will make it true. Yep, good questions. Okay, here's the next one. All right, what do you think we need to do first? Ooh, nope. Divide, distribute or divide, it's confusing. It's not like parentheses that I want to distribute. Remember I said we want to get the absolute value bar part by itself? So we're going to divide by 3, or I'm going to write multiply by a third. Times a third. Same div. So now I'm going to have 5x minus a half equals 2. And now the absolute value bars are by themselves. I also want to verify before I just start doing the problem, is this even a possible scenario?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's positive, so we're good. Now we can set up our two equations, one positive and one negative. So 5x minus a half equals 2. 5x minus a half equals -2. Ew, fractions. Should we multiply to get rid of it, or do you want to deal with the fraction? Multiply? Okay. It's a half, so it's not that crazy of a fraction. So if you wanted to add a half to both sides, you could. But I figured you guys would say, let's get rid of it. What should we multiply by? 2. Okay, I'll do it to both equations right now. And now we get 10x minus 1 equals 4. And x minus 1 equals -4. All right, now what? Plus 1, and x equals 5, and x equals -3. Divide by 10, what do I get over here? 1/2. And what about over here? -3. Okay? Last one. Uh-oh, they're getting more complicated. What do you think I should do first? Subtract the 5. Okay, we've got to get those absolute value bars by themselves. So this is what I want to get on its own. I'm going to subtract 5. So -2 absolute value, 7x minus 3 6x minus 20. All right, now what? Divide by -2. Okay, so we've got absolute value of 7x minus 3 equals, what will I have over here? Ooh, not 12x. Yeah, -3x plus 10. If you want to write the divided by -2, you're welcome to do it. Like that. Might be a little easier. Okay, this one's a little weird because I've got an x over there. So next, we usually verify, like this has to be a positive number, right? Well, is this okay to have -3x plus 10? Did I get a positive number out of it? Yeah, what if x was negative? That would definitely be positive. So this doesn't like disqualify us from doing the problem. We can still do the problem. So we need two equations, one positive, one negative. All right, the positive one's easy because it's just remove the absolute value bars. All right, this negative one's a little bit weird. I'm going to have 7x minus 3 equals, anyone want to take a guess? 3x minus 10. Both of the signs are going to change. So that became positive, that became negative. I'm basically multiplying the whole thing by -1. All right, now we solve. So over here, let's see, I think I'll add 3x to both sides. So I have 10x. Add this 3 over here equals 13. So x equals 13 over 10. Over here, let's see, what should I do? Yeah, minus 3x, so we get 4x. Add 3, so we get -7. X equals -7. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, you only have 13 problems to do for your homework. Make sure you guys are like showing this step. You guys know you don't have to show every little step of solving, like what I've done here is sufficient. But make sure you have set up the two equations and then solve it.